Hey everybody, what are the biggest mistakes buyers make when they're thinking about buying real estate? Do you know, Dom? Being a buyer, what is a big mistake or worry they have?
So a lot of times people get excited, they start looking on Zillow, Realtor.com, they get the cart in front of the horse a little bit, looking at houses.
What do you mean? Looking at homes, that's a third-party site though. That's not even the gold standard that we like to use, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So what I mean by getting the cart in front of the horse, a lot of times with the market we're in, very competitive, you're competing with either cash or pre-approved buyers. And kind of one of the first steps would be you want to get approved and ready to buy, and you want to know how much you can afford, what a payment would look like, and is that price point actually going to be something that's reasonable for you monthly, or is it going to be a little more than you're comfortable
So in a nutshell, in a very competitive market, if you have 3 buyers for every house on the market, based on location, condition, and price, you don't want a pre-qualification, you want pre-approved, and you don't want to start looking before you get pre-approved, because what ends up happening is it puts you in a lesser advantage. And a lot of times the third-party sites where people tend to go, just because they're easy to use, they're not very accurate, are they, Zev?
No, and unfortunately I see this from time to time as somebody reaches out to me, hey, I want to go see this house, have never done anything to get pre-qualified, pre-approved, anything, and then unfortunately with how quick things move, the house is gone. And then you know what happens? They're comparing every home after that to the house they lost out on. And didn't even get a fair crack at it. And that's really all we want, is a fair opportunity to purchase the home of your dreams. So the important part is come, sit down, find out what you need to be prepared to be a well-qualified buyer and set yourself up for success, because doing it after the genie's out of the bottle already is going to be a really hard recipe.
You know, the crazy thing is that we hear a lot from people that are working with other agents that, you know, they keep missing out. And they get flustered because they keep falling in love and then getting a quick divorce, if you know what I mean. And so I think what happens is that if you're informed, you make that best decision. But then once you make that decision, you finally get the house of your dreams. You tell your family, you tell your friends, and then of course you're thinking about furnishing your house and some loose ends. So if you are under contract, what is a huge thing that we hear about, Dom, that gets people in trouble and they don't end up getting their home after all?
So you're excited, you're thinking about closings in a couple weeks, I need a new couch, I need some furniture, maybe we found a good deal on a car or open a new credit card. Well, that's a new credit line. Lenders do one last credit check before closing.
2 days before closing, Guess what? Zev, what happens?
Big no-no. So it sends up a red flag, and if they're not able to clear the information needed based on new credit that you pulled, it may kill your qualifications for buying the house that you're so in love with, and then you're really disappointed and kicking yourself. So you should know about that.
So we just like to make sure you're an informed decision maker, because we find that people are much happier. But you don't always think of all these loose ends. That's why you have advisors like these guys to let you know that once you get under contract and you're going through the process and your due diligence, don't change anything. Don't change your job. Don't go out and get a credit card. Don't buy a car. Don't buy furniture. I know you need all those things eventually, but wait until after you close, you get situated, and then baby step onto that. If you want to know more about this or have a little heart-to-heart with one of my team members, Zev, how do we reach you?
Call or text me at 330-933-3258.
Dom?
Call or text me at 330-234-6204.
Or you can call or text me anytime at 330-418-1535. If you just have a little reservation there, which most people have, and I do too, because I'm not so sure about these salespeople, I would go to DominicFonte.com, check out our more than 500 5-star reviews to see what you'd experience working with my team. Thank you.